Welcome back, Heartland fans. Hey, Heartland enthusiasts. Welcome back to Ranch Revelations, your ultimate destination for everything Heartland. If you've laughed, cried, and journeyed with the Fleming Bartlett clan through countless seasons, then you understand this isn't merely a show, it's a way of life. I'm your host, Maya, and today we're delving into something truly extraordinary. Because after years of anticipation, countless fan theories, and the kind of profound silence that only true absence can leave, the unbelievable has finally come to pass. That's right, Scott Cardinal is back. Let that resonate. The man who dedicated his life to healing, who stood by Amy through every challenge, who offered wisdom in moments of doubt, returns in the breathtaking premiere of Heartland Season 19, Episode 1. And this isn't just a fleeting appearance. This is a profound return. From the moment Scott steps back onto the ranch, the atmosphere shifts. There's a quiet intensity, a palpable presence, and then a rush of genuine emotion that will strike you like a sudden Alberta storm. The glances, the hushed tones, the tears, Amy's expression when she sees him, Jack's voice catching as he welcomes him home, Lindy's innocent curiosity transforming into joy. It's everything. In this video, we're dissecting that unforgettable premiere scene by scene, exploring the emotions, the narrative, and the reasons behind Scott's miraculous return. We'll examine what this signifies for Amy's continued journey, how it affects Lindy's future, and what ripple effects it could have for Lou, Jack, Tim, and Georgie. Because Heartland isn't just about horses and ranch life. It's about enduring connections, remarkable resilience, and discovering your way back to the people you cherish, even when circumstances seem insurmountable. So, pour yourself a comforting drink, settle in, and yes, have some tissues readily available. Because what we're about to witness isn't just a plot twist, it's a rekindling of hope. Before we dive in, if you're new here, or if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts on Scott's return in the comments below, and subscribe to Ranch Revelations for all your Heartland analyses, theories, and emotional insights. If you're as invested in these characters as I am, you won't want to miss any of the compelling content we have coming up. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you're the first to know when we release new videos. With that said, grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's explore the unforgettable return of Scott Cardinal and the emotional landscape that unfolds. To grasp the depth of Scott Cardinal's return, we must first recall his poignant departure. Back in season 14, Scott was a steadying presence at Heartland. From his early days as a dedicated vet to his unwavering support for Amy, he began as a pillar of the community, a compassionate professional with a deep understanding of animals and people. Over the years, Scott evolved into a trusted friend, a valued mentor, and an integral part of the Heartland family. His professional relationship with Amy, marked by mutual respect and shared passion, was a testament to their deep connection, one forged through challenges, understanding, and shared purpose. Together, they healed countless animals and navigated the complexities of ranch life. So when Scott made the difficult decision to leave Heartland to pursue a specialized veterinary program abroad, it created a noticeable void, not just in Amy's professional life, but in the lives of every character on the ranch. The emotional impact of his absence resonated throughout the entire Heartland community, and as fans, we felt it as if we had lost a cherished part of the show. Amy's initial reaction to Scott's departure wasn't just sadness. It was a wave of professional and personal uncertainty that affected her daily routine. Her feelings were raw, understandable, and deeply felt. She didn't just lose a colleague, she lost a confidant, a sounding board, and a friend who understood the unique demands of her life. And in the aftermath, Amy didn't just adapt. She pushed forward. Every challenge required extra effort. Every sunrise brought a reminder of the valuable support she no longer had in the same way. She continued her work, pouring every ounce of dedication she had into healing horses and bringing peace to troubled souls, even when she felt the weight of that responsibility alone. But the gap never truly disappeared. The ranch, once vibrant with their shared work, now had a different rhythm. And yet, despite the lingering sense of his absence, Amy kept going. Day by day, step by step, she continued the work she and Scott had often collaborated on, fostering connections and finding solutions. Heartland fans worldwide empathized with her. We witnessed her perseverance. We hoped with her. And like her, we held on to the faintest hope, however improbable, that maybe, just maybe, Scott could somehow return. Was he truly gone from Heartland? Could there be a twist, a miraculous moment where everything changed? For years, speculation circulated in fan forums and online discussion. But in our hearts, many of us accepted the story as it was. Scott had moved on, and we had to find a way to appreciate Amy's journey without him, just like Amy. But nothing could have prepared us for what season 19, episode 1 would deliver. The episode begins with a sense of quiet anticipation. The familiar landscapes of Heartland unfold before us, the golden fields, the barn, the house that holds so many memories. Amy walks alone through the ranch, the wind rustling around her like a gentle reminder of the past. Her face reflects a woman who has carried much for a long time, tireless, resilient, but still striving. She's kept Heartland thriving. She's been a devoted mother to Lindy. She stood strong, but a subtle weariness is evident. And then the stillness begins to subtly shift. There's an unusual energy in the air, like the quiet before a significant event. Lou discovers an old, unmarked veterinary supply box addressed to Heartland but with no sender information. Jack, usually the steadfast presence of the family, seems preoccupied, lost in thought. Even Tim, who rarely conceals his emotions, appears unusually subdued. Something is approaching. Something no one dares to articulate, and then it happens. A sound, a familiar engine hum, the unmistakable sight of his old, familiar truck pulling into the driveway. Amy turns. At first, she questions if her mind is playing tricks, but there it is, the well-worn pickup, a bit dusty, but undeniably his. Her breath catches. She stares. She dares not move. The door opens, and Scott Cardinal steps out. The world seems to hold its breath. No dramatic music. No frantic movement, just stillness, the kind that presses gently on your chest and calms the air around you. The camera lingers, refusing to cut away. Time itself feels suspended as Amy stands motionless, gazing across the distance at the one person she thought she might never see work alongside again, Scott Cardinal. He looks different now. Older, yes, but not just physically. His face bears the marks of time, experience, and the weight of all the insights he's gained. His eyes, once so focused and hopeful, now hold a depth of memories, some challenging, some cherished. But even after all these years, even shrouded in new experiences, it's him. No illusion, no dream, no phantom. Scott is here, and he's standing just a few feet away from the woman who has carried his professional impact and friendship in her heart every single day since he left. Amy doesn't immediately rush into his arms. She doesn't cry. Not yet. Her body won't allow it. Her soul is processing the shock. Her entire reality is subtly shifting like ice underfoot. She blinks, trying to comprehend the improbable. Her voice is barely a whisper when she finally breathes his name, Scott. And in that moment, it's as if the universe adjusts. The ranch, the sky, the world itself all seem to subtly align around this singular, unbelievable truth. Then comes the revelation that reframes everything we thought we knew. Scott Cardinal wasn't simply pursuing a new opportunity. He was recruited into a highly confidential and critical international veterinary project. To ensure the safety and secrecy of the groundbreaking research, he had to disappear from his old life, unable to contact anyone. No warnings, no goodbyes, just silence. A painful, agonizing silence for those left behind. And in that silence, he lived a life dedicated to his work, longing for the connections he couldn't maintain until now. For the first time in years, the project is complete. The danger has passed, and Scott has come home. But home isn't exactly what he left behind. Amy is overwhelmed, caught between joy, a lingering sense of absence, understanding, and disbelief. That evening, she finds solace in the barn, gently grooming a horse with trembling hands, her mind racing with a myriad of emotions she spent years trying to manage. The tears come slowly at first, then all at once, like a gentle rain. Jack finds her there. He doesn't speak at first. He just stands quietly, understanding the weight of what she's experiencing. When he does speak, it's with the gentle wisdom only Jack Bartlett can offer. It's okay to feel everything, Amy. You don't have to hold it in anymore. And just like that, she allows herself to emotionally release, confronting the truth she's been too strong to fully face. I thought he was just gone, she sobs. I learned to live without his daily presence. I raised Lindy without him being a physical presence in her early life. And no, I didn't know I was living with such a profound unknown. It's a release years in the making, not just about a past absence, but about the resilience that came with a personal cost. About nights she held her daughter close and whispered strengths she barely believed in herself. About a professional bond that never left her heart, even when she thought he was no longer a part of her daily life. This moment, raw, heartfelt, and beautifully poignant, is an emotional cornerstone of Heartland's new season. It changes everything. Later that night, the long anticipated conversation finally takes place. Amy and Scott sit across from each other, not as former colleagues instantly resuming old patterns, but as two people contemplating the reshaped landscape of a life interrupted. There are no grand declarations, no immediate embraces, just honesty, the lingering impact of his absence, and the quiet resonance of a deep connection that has endured the unimaginable. Amy tells Scott about Lindy, about the milestones he missed. The first steps, the scraped knees, the lullabies, the subtle adjustments in their family dynamic. She shares it all, not to accuse him, but to illustrate the impact of his silence. Scott listens with a quiet intensity, his heart acknowledging the depth of what she expresses. He tells her the hardest part of his absence wasn't the demanding work, it was the detachment, not knowing if she was all right, not witnessing Lindy's early growth, not being there when it truly mattered. I never stopped thinking of you and everyone here, he says, but I had to keep a strict distance, even if it meant a profound separation. Amy doesn't immediately offer forgiveness. This isn't a simple resolution. Healing doesn't occur in a single evening, but there's something in her eyes, a flicker of understanding, a knowing that a profound connection, a true bond, can survive even the deepest silences, and that somewhere beneath the years and the lingering impact, their story isn't over. And then comes one of the most powerful, unforgettable moments of the entire episode, Lindy's reaction. All her life, Lindy has known her Uncle Scott only through stories, through photos, through the memories Amy and Jack and Lou have shared. She's heard of his kindness, his wisdom, his gentle touch with animals, but he's always been an echo, never a tangible presence. Until now, when Scott kneels in front of her, there's a long pause. Lindy looks at him, curious, slightly shy. Then she reaches out a small hand and tentatively touches his face. "Uncle Scott?" she asks. And in that moment, something ancient and deeply felt lifts from the room. Scott's voice catches as he answers, "Yes, sweetheart, it's me. This isn't just a reunion. It's a beautiful moment for a family, a renewal of hope, and a reminder that sometimes connection truly is strong enough to bring someone home." When Lindy first sees Scott, the scene is quiet. She's playing near the horses outside, a peaceful moment that mirrors the calm before the rush of emotions that is about to touch her. Amy stands behind her, watching with a mixture of apprehension and hope. She knows this moment will change everything for Lindy, but she can't quite predict how her daughter will react. Lindy looks up, and there, standing near the barn, is Uncle Scott. For a split second, her young mind doesn't fully grasp the reality of the situation. Scott is standing there, looking a bit different, a little older, but unmistakably him. The wonder on Lindy's face is instantaneous. She blinks several times as if trying to make sense of the vision before her. Then she calls out softly, "Uncle Scott." The word hangs in the air. Hangs in the air. Scott takes a tentative step forward, his voice catching as he says her name, "Lindy." Lindy's face lights up, a mixture of disbelief and pure joy flooding her features. Her legs move faster than her thoughts, and she runs into Scott's arms, clinging to him like a treasured memory come to life. The reunion is simple, yet full of unspoken emotion. Lindy's innocence and the sheer joy of finally having him there is overwhelming in her eyes. There's no confusion or anger, just love, trust, and the excitement of meeting the person she's heard so much about but never truly knew in person. This moment, though brief, is incredibly powerful. It signals the beginning of a new chapter for this family. Scott, in turn, seems overwhelmed by the sight of his young friend, the child he never got to see grow during those formative years. The child he had to be absent from for the sake of the project's confidentiality. His hands gently steady her as he holds her close, subtle uncertainty in his eyes, as if questioning if he truly deserves this unexpected return. He holds her tightly, whispering how much he values her, how he's missed knowing her daily life more than words can express. Lindy's innocent reaction is a catalyst for healing for both her and Amy. It's as if in that moment, all the lingering echoes of the past begin to soften. Scott is back, and Lindy's belief in the unexpected wonders of the world is reinforced. She doesn't dwell on the years lost, only that Uncle Scott is here. When Scott returns to Heartland, one of the most significant reactions comes from Jack, the steadfast patriarch of the family. Jack has navigated his own experiences with loss and reconciliation. He's faced personal challenges and had his share of difficult moments with life's unexpected turns. But above all, Jack is a man who understands the deep complexities of life, family, and acceptance. Jack's reaction to Scott's return is initially measured, and rightly so. In a quiet moment in the barn, Jack and Scott have their first conversation since his return. It's not theatrical, but there's a profound weight to every word exchanged. Jack doesn't immediately embrace Scott with open arms. Her face is unreadable at first, held with restraint, shaped by years of holding things together for everyone else. She stops a few feet from Scott and just stands there, a quiet space between memory and reality. She obeys.